Stand Up Against Bullying Day, and a North Texas mom has come up with a new way to help teach your kids what to do. Chris Phelps is here to show us an amazing invention that you, actually through your children, came up with.
Yeah.
Now, how old are your children so we can tell everybody?
Today they're 4 and 7, and at the time we created this, they were 3 and 6.
So they were little ones, but
little.
just beginning to feel that someone's being mean to me kind of thing.
Yes, and it actually started honestly with a 4-letter word and really turned into a collaborative effort to make the world a kinder place, one child at a time. I was standing in the kitchen and my daughter came home from school. It was halfway through her kindergarten year, and she's telling me a story about her day, and she dropped a 4-letter word. And so I'm standing here not having a clue what to do, and I made up the Tacky Box to help me in that moment. But what then happened, my son, who was 3, started adding unkind actions to the box, and then it transitioned into unkind words too, rather than just 4-letter words.
Yeah.
And what happened, I watched my kids start encouraging people around them to be kind in a gentle way. And so there was sort of a ripple effect, and then those kids would turn around and do the same thing to their group. So
I love it.
It was almost a way to make kindness cool.
Exactly. So you took something that you were practicing in your own home with your own children. It's almost a form of discipline, and then it just grew into this whole idea, and now you're on bookshelves.
We're getting there. Right
That's
now
fantastic.
we sell all on our website, tackybox.com, but
well, can you walk us through and show the viewers and I exactly what you do and kind of how this thing was put together?
Absolutely. So again, it started with just the Tacky Box concept, and then my mom, who's actually a former educator, said, well, if we're going to take this concept to other kids to try to generate this ripple effect, there needs to be a children's book with it that explains the story and encourages the child to make the choice to be kind. And so the book, this is Max's Magnificent Choice.
So cute.
There's also a girl version called Margot's Magnificent Choice.
Can I pull this out?
Absolutely, yeah. If you just lift it up, it'll
So
come
it
out.
comes as a kit.
Comes as a kit. It's a 3-piece set. The purpose of which is to encourage kids to choose to be kind as opposed to pick up tacky words and actions.
Which, oh goodness, do they do.
They do, because you can't control the world around them.
You can't, and they're influenced by so many, they're like little sponges. They just soak everything up around them.
They are, and so this is a proactive way to prepare them for when those things happen.
This is great.
And encourage them to make that choice to be kind when it happens, because again, it will.
Now, you know, as your children are going to be getting older, they're still going to be surrounded by all of this, and this is still going to happen, but in much meaner forms.
Right.
Do you think that they can carry this Tacky Box into their older middle school, high school years?
I do, I absolutely do, and that's really when I say that it's become a collaborative effort to make the world a kinder place. So many people around me who witnessed this, my family, my mom for doing the book, my partners, different teachers that are just in my world, saw it and said, okay, this really can make a difference. And so our vision as a company is to get it into the hands of every kindergartner in the country.
That would be awesome.
Because I really believe if we start young, before that fear of rejection enters their heart, and we really reinforce that message of love and kindness, they'll carry that through. And it feels good to do that. So if we can just introduce that to them, it'll just keep going. And then eventually, if we hit every kindergartner, the landscape just looks differently, and they're not experiencing that because everyone around them is being kind as well.
You told me a cute story. Do you mind sharing with the viewers
No,
about
not at all.
your little girl?
And it's actually in here. So we were watching the AMAs, and actually it was something that I probably wouldn't have watched with my kids until we had Tacky Box, because they do monitor the world around them. But we're watching the AMAs, and Justin Timberlake said shut up in his performance, and we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden my daughter jumps up, she runs over to the kitchen, she gets her Tacky Box down, because we keep it front and center as a reminder, pulls out the little pad of paper and writes Justin Timberlake shut up and the date, and goes and locks Justin Timberlake in the Tacky Box, and chooses not to repeat that word. So I mean, it works.
That's awesome. And is this the first one y'all made? Is this your first one, or is this just one that
This is actually not. This is a friend of mine's daughter's.
And they can decorate it or do what they want.
They decorate it, and they each have their own. Like my son has his own, and my daughter has her own.
Okay.
Because there's this sense of personal responsibility, and it's great as a mom, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you no longer have to be the one pointing out, oh, that's tacky. They do it themselves.
Right.
And they take pride in, you know, if they hear something on TV,
Put it
the
in
Justin
the box.
Timberlake, they feel proud to go and do it.
Let it go, lock it up,
let
never
it go,
say that
lock it up.
again.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, these would be great for adults. I think we all need a
so many
Tacky
people
Box.
say that. I've had so many people
Chris, thank
say
you
that.
so much for doing what you were inspired to do and then now sharing it with everybody else. This is great. And they can go to your website, right?
They can, tackybox.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You can learn more about the Tacky Box or get one for yourself, which I think we all need one, by going to thebroadcasttv.com and click on today's links. And when we come back, spring showers, they're coming, and they can play havoc when they turn severe, and Lord knows Texas has lots of that. And we're going to find out if your roof is ready for these rainy days ahead with ASHCO Exteriors. Stay with us.